shoes last night to see if he was barefoot. Is that still the case? Is he barefoot? Because I know on Facebook somebody posted a picture of these could be his shoes, or is that so he is presumed to be barefoot at this point?
What I can say is that his mom says all of his shoes are accounted for at the house. I'm not going to say that he's barefoot.
All right.
Allegedly!
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative. Here's a brief disclaimer for tonight's show. Let's watch.
That's ignorant! Allegedly, that's ignorant! Ignorant.
Judgment, Arthur.
Boy, you read my thoughts. You've got the shinin.
You mean shining?
Shh! You wanna get sued?
Judgment, Arthur.
You just use that shin of yours to call me and I'll come a running. But don't be reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willie's time.
Hey, yo, boss. I love it when he does that.
Let's watch.
Come on,
Oh, it's telling me I'm muted. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot when I use my camera, I need to turn one or the other off. So, thank you all for being here so much. I wanted to thank Little Miss Sharon for being a member for 6 months. Thank you, Little Miss Sharon, for being a member for 6 months. And she sent me a super sticker and she says, "Hello, lady, added the Pig Fest fun, oink oink." So thank you, Little Miss Sharon, so much. That is so funny. I appreciate you. Hey, Holly S, thank you so much for your super sticker, $2.99. And Holly S, are you a new member or did you just renew your membership? Either way, you're part of the Dragon Tribe. But I was like, wait a minute, Holly S is a new member. Hey, Andrea. Now that I have the computer, I went into the Studio app and I could actually see a lot more than I was able to before. And I think I need to do a membership giveaway for you guys as well. Because I think we get like 5 per month or something like that. So, is my sound okay, guys? I hope my sound is okay. Hey, couponing, good to see you. Okay, I don't see you guys complaining about it. So, hey, Chuchi, good to see you, Chuchi. And also, Kiki is here. Good to see you, Kiki. And Twists and Turns, good to see you. Kelly Holcomb, GA64, thank you for the green hearts, GA64. And I also see Joe Neal in the chat. Good to see you, Joe Neal. And hey, Blast, hashtag Huckleberry, good to see you. Also, I see Shadow, good to see you, Shadow, and Joseph Rapp. Hey, Joseph Rapp, good to see you, my friend. I have long time no see. Also, Seclusion Works, bonjour, Seclusion Works, and Adam Forever 21. Good to see you. Nap time's over, ladies on. Aw, thanks, Adam Forever 21. That's so sweet of you. Are you guys speaking French in here? You're gonna lose me. I only can say bonjour. That's it. You guys can. You guys are gonna have to translate. Hey, Mama, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Also, let's see. I saw someone else in the chat. Oh, there's Cinderella. Good to see you, Cinderella. Hey, Jessica. Good to see you. Thanks for being here, Jessica. I appreciate you being here. And also, Cece. Hey, Cece. Good to see you. So good to see all you guys. And thank you so much for the green hearts, the blue hearts. We're going to talk about the dispatch audio that I kind of tried to decipher. There might be a little bit in there that doesn't pertain to Devlin, but I was trying to listen very closely because they call off times, right? Timestamps on the audio. And I'm not good at listening to the dispatch. I'm not the one that listens to the scanners, although I need to become better at that because that is really pertinent information. So, I just really appreciate working with someone who I'm working with. Hey, Brenda Calvert, good to see you. Hey, Bless, thank you for all the blue and green hearts in the chat. Today I wanted to do something fun. Now, I did send a link over. I've been kind of sending links over for the lives, right? So the family can participate if they want. But I want to go ahead and do our unboxing. I've never done an unboxing on my channel. Never really thought I would because I'm a true crime channel. Like, who the hell does that? Hey, SI officer, good to see you. But I got some Sebastian merch, and also, sorry, I didn't see the top of my head. I found this, and this is Sebastian's Army ribbon to make ribbons. And I also got this color, which is kind of matchy, right? And then that way we could give these out, and then these can be given out as well. And I think you can kind of like cut this. I'm just not keen on cutting through the middle of that, but either way, you can see that. Which I thought that was cool. And then you just safety pin those bad boys on yourself, right? So, but this is really cool. So this is one of the bags. Now, I wish that it was a bigger bag because I am a bag lady and I like to have bags. And so, but you can see Sebastian on there. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. There's the QR code here, and then there's some other kind of QR code here as well. I don't know about QR codes, right? I'm not that nerdy. A little nerdy, but not that nerdy. All right, so there's Sebastian, and it's such a good, like, that is such a good graphic. There is a pocket, right, for like your cell phone and whatnot, but it'll force me to downsize. It's gonna force me to downsize, but you know, you just kind of wear it, and this is what's good, especially if you're walking around Pigfest and you want to keep all of your belongings close to you, right? So I think it is very cute, and I like it. And then I wanted to share the shirt with you. So I like to get t-shirts that are larger because I'm a busty lady. And so here you go. This is Sebastian's shirt. Can you guys see it? Or am I, blah. All right, here we go. I'm not going to wear it till I get there, so I don't have to wash it, ruin it, right? Yeah, so that's going to be fun. Can you guys see that all the way? Okay. There it is. Ooh, coming at you. All right, but yeah, this is the front, right? Tag in the back. This is a size large, so it's a good size. Like, I thought this looks kind of like an extra large, but I like it. And then once you wash them, on the sleeve, it's Sebastian's army with the dragon. With a dragon, right? Other sleeve, Sebastian's army with the dragon. So, and I've been so freaking busy, I didn't even get to like text and or email Seth and let him know. I don't have Seth's phone number, but I would email him and let him know that I received it. It's really nice material too, guys. It's like a thick, I don't know if you could see it, how thick it is, but look how thick it is. So Seth was saying he wanted to know if it's good quality, and I think it is. And then I got, which one is this one? And I don't like tight hoodies either, because I'm not trying to get, you know. So I got an extra large hoodie. So it's really nice, guys. It's like thick. And then look at the green. Is this the green one? Look at how beautiful the green is with the picture in the front. Can you guys see that? Can we see that? It's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to cry. Okay. Can you guys see this? Is this, you guys? Oh, Cece says, oh, nice. Okay, good. You guys can see. Yeah, they came out really nice, Brenda. I had to get a green one because the way it looks on the shirt. See how this green comes out with this green? I love it. And then, look, on the back, so like you're a friggin' walking poster, missing poster. They need these for all kids. All kids that are missing, so people can wear them. Look at that. I love it. Is it on the other? Oh, it is on the other side too. Can you guys see it? There we go. All right, so we have that. Just bear with me, I'm slow. Kind of see what I look like on Christmas. All right. This is the black one because I have to get black, guys. I wear black all the time. You guys know that. I wear a lot of black. So, boom shakalaka, black. And it even looks really good. I like the way it comes out. Like, it looks like it kind of blends in a little bit. So that's the front with Sebastian's cute smile. And then, because I love this picture too. This one's a really cute picture of Sebastian. But that's the back. Same as the other one. And then both sleeves have the Sebastian armies. But this is the black. There you go. So, really cute. If I don't rip it with my nail. Jeez Louise, I'm like freaking Wolverine over here. Okay, so there we go. That's that. That's my whole, what do they call it? A haul. Oh, but then again, like I said, I'm going to give these out, guys, the Sebastian's Army ribbons at Pigfest. So, like, whenever we hand out flyers and stuff, I'm going to help with handing these out. I don't know if Seth's got ribbon. I just know that I got some ribbon. So, we got ribbon. For Sebastian, we got flyers. We got awareness. You know, I'm thinking about putting it, you know, making cards that say Sebastian's missing and handing them out. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? No, I'm just kidding. But I think it would be nice. They're so beautiful, right, Mama? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Andrea says, "Oh, I love it." Yeah, they came out so good. Like, and the material's heavy. So I mean, I'm not gonna probably even need a jacket. In October, end of October. Yes, SA officer, I'm going. I'm going. I know it's gonna be an adventure for me because I mean I'm not like big on driving, but I'm not big on flying either, so I'm not gonna fly. I'll just drive. It's all good. But yeah, I'm going SA officer. Seclusion says magnifique. See, I can say that one. I hope I said it right. You did. You got the green one. Did you get the hunt? Like this one's like a hunter green. The other one, it was a lime green, and I was like going between those two, and I was like, I hope somebody either buys one, like sells one of the shirts out, so that way I don't have to choose it. I could just get whichever one comes to me. So, but that didn't happen. I had to make a decision. The shipping was fast. The shipping was not expensive. Actually, pretty reasonable price. In my opinion, like I would buy any other hoodie would cost about, I mean, maybe 30 would be the lowest, but you know, you're paying for all of Sebastian's information plus the QR codes that they put on there. So, I mean, I'm very happy with it. That was, like I said, that I didn't even open those until with you guys. Yes. And Joe says, ladies, Freedom's Raw narrative, those are going to need a cold wash, I'd say, to keep the detail intact. Oh, you want me to wash it? Oh, I'm going to have to do that then. All right, I'll do it. A hand wash? I do have like a big sink, actually. My kitchen sink is just like a great big tub, I guess you could call it. All right, Joe. Dang. I know, because I don't trust some of the washing machines. I mean, I'll use like a garment bag for a lot of my stuff, like especially like shirts like this. Some of my clothes I have to dry clean. So, Butter Biscuit says the hoodie is amazing and so smart to have the missing posters on the back. I know, right? Represents, yeah. And I mean, like honestly, I wouldn't be going to Pigfest. I'm not like a huge. I mean, like I like barbecue. I do. I mean, I like barbecue, but it's not my favorite. Hey, Magic Star. I'd rather go to like Pasta Fest or something. Bread Fest. Why don't we have Bread Fest? That sounds like fun. But yeah, no, I'm not big on that. That was the first thing that Nate said was like, why would you go there? You don't even like that. And I'm like, well, about that. Hey, Magic Star says, magnifique means magnificent. Yeah, see, I can get the ones that kind of look like the word, look like English, or Latin words. Sometimes you could tell what they are. Sometimes it's like, no. The dragons on the sleeves are so cool. Those are so cool. I couldn't tell what they were, actually. I don't think that I even saw what they were. Hell if I remember, though, because we went over that a while ago. You got the lime one, Kiki? Cool. I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, that is so cool. My poor brain is confused. Why, Seclusion? What happened? What did I miss? Oh, Butter Biscuit says I'm on the Virginia-Tennessee line. It's still pretty warm in this area, but the weather can be hot one day and cool the next. Bring hoodie for colder days. Yeah, they said like the temperature likes to drop at night there is what I saw on like Google. So I was like, oh, good, I could wear a t-shirt during the day and then just bring a hoodie or whatever for the nighttime, because it's probably really pretty there. I mean, I drove through there last year around this time, more towards Thanksgiving last year, but it was really, really pretty driving through Tennessee because, you know, all the trees and everything turning color. So I bet you it's going to be really pretty. And then if we do a live, I don't know about doing a live like while I'm driving, but that would be kind of cool, I guess. If I don't wreck. If I don't wreck, it'll be fun. It'll be great. Hey, YouTuber, good to see you. Aw, I'm sorry, seclusion. Hey, Kiki, good to see you. Just got settled. Greek Fest. That's what I would go to. I would love Greek Fest now. Oh, anything, all Mediterranean food is my jam. Oh yeah, I would love that. Donut Fest. See, I'm not like a huge sweets person, but I do like sweets sometimes. Yeah, the photographic stuff loses detail more quickly in the washer. Okay, yeah, then I will do that. That sounds like a good idea. I didn't want to like, you know, wash it and then it come off or something like that, because I know. The weather's bipolar. Oh, that's funny. Well, every single time I plan to go down to the pool, like if I have a night off, it always rains. Like never fails. I'll be like, what the heck? It's raining? I'm like, no way, this is ridiculous now. 70s in the nighttime. See, that's not bad. And I run kind of hot, so who knows? Maybe I'll just wear a t-shirt. You never know. Good morning, Faye. Thanks for being here. Somebody said predicting the weather here is like trying to catch an angry badger. It made me chuckle. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, I think it's anywhere is like that because, I mean, you know, your climate is usually like Florida. I mean, obviously it's always warm here, but in the wintertime, it does get really chilly. Like where I'm at, it does, in my opinion. And like I said, I run warm. The leaves are turning colors now. Yeah. And I love the fall. Like I guess if you know, since I'm going there, I won't have to worry about missing the fall because I really don't feel like too fallish. And that's why I hadn't changed my background, but I'm like, I better change it. Cause I found the other tapestry that I had and I thought this little person was cute. Like I have a bunch of decorations, but I'll change it up. But like this little lady's like, she looks like she's wondering, you know, who done it. And that's what we do here. So I thought that was kind of cute. And I'll change it up though as we go because I have a lot of cool Halloween stuff that I'd like to bring out too. So I haven't watched anything from Silvers on the scene. No, I haven't watched anything, Joseph Rapp. I don't know. I know, that's why I'm confused. I was like, if you said it in I can't even say it, Quebecois, I probably butchered that. If you say it in that language, I'm not going to be able to understand. And if you're saying that you're upset about something, I won't be able to tell. Oh, they do have one in Knoxville, Kiki. That's hilarious. Brenda Calvert, Lady Sister Patricia Ann would be so disappointed in how much Latin I forgot. That's funny. Brenda, you know, they didn't make us learn it when I was in Catholic school. Luckily, because I don't know. I don't know how good I would have been, but it would be helpful in true crime because, you know, they use all those words in the court. So it's like, and who is Deception Detective always reminds me that I should have, or that I wish I would have learned Latin. That's so funny. Kiki says, Lady Freedom we'll see each other at the pig fest. My husband and me will protect you from Chris. Oh my goodness, Kiki, you're gonna have to tackle him, especially because of what Scranton Strangler was saying. I'm getting bad vibes already. No, I'm just kidding. That was funny though, you guys. I needed that laugh. That was really hilarious. I was cracking up. You guys have no idea. And then of course I got teased too about it later. Andrea says, I love desserts. It's Thanksgiving in Canada this weekend. Oh, that's right, Andrea. I forgot. All of our friends in Canada are going to have their Thanksgiving. Yeah, okay. I'm cooking. I'm excited for pumpkin cheesecake. Oh, I'd be excited about that too. I love pumpkin bread, pumpkin, all of that. Cheesecake, yeah. To heck with the turkey dessert fest. That's hilarious. Yeah, well, it really does turn into that, right? Because then you have like pumpkin this, you have, what's the other one? Pecan pie. That was my dad's favorite. He called it pecan, but he likes pecan pie. And I call it pecan. And Adam Forever 21 says, I was thinking to go to, but I got to go back to work soon. Yeah, it's expensive. Like, it's not going to be cheap. Like, that's why I'm like, can you guys help me out? Because gas, and that sort of thing. But luckily, people have been helping with that, with staying and stuff like that. So I have everything pretty well planned out at this point. I'm happy about that. I just need like a little bit of a boost. But I'm going to make another video. I'm going to make a funny video for you guys. And I hope you laugh so hard that you guys will donate to the cause. But it's going to be really funny. And I've been working on it for a little while, but I haven't been able to get it out because I've just been so busy. Learning this case with Devlin Tait. I went back today and was watching Mr. and Mrs. E's crime cast because they had not anybody on panel, but they had Sabrina, Ashley, and Tamara, I believe are the only ones, the three that were in the chat that day, and then Matt wasn't there. But Matt was in my comments, and my manager sends me like all of these screenshots of Matt in my comments, and like I didn't even check the video because usually people are pretty good and I don't have to, but I left him up there because I'm like, whatever. But it's funny to me because Matt's like really upset. And when I sent him the link for the audio for the scanner, I never got a response back. And I said, would you care to explain this in the email, or would you care to explain it like and go off in my chat? Or my comments because he's coming here too. So I said, whatever you would like to do, but if you want to explain anything like this, because he thinks I've got it terribly wrong, that like Devlin is a kid that can't take care of himself, but I never said that. And also, they're the ones that were saying that he was much younger in his abilities in mind, right? Matt said he could even act as young as like 8 years old. I believe that was what was said in the chat. So an 8-year-old, in my opinion, shouldn't be walking around town by themselves. An 8-year-old certainly shouldn't be cut off from electric, right? Even if they're not doing their chores. So much shouldn't be expected out of an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old. As you get older, more is expected of you. But that's where you can't be confusing, and you can't tell me one thing or tell one channel one thing and then tell a completely different story the next day. You can't have it both ways, as my friend Chuchi said in the comments. So, I've been dealing with a lot of that because, I'm trying to get to the bottom of things, but it's not easy. And you have to watch where they've said things other places, right? It's a lot like Sebastian Rogers' case. It's the spitting image of his case in a lot of ways. Poof, right? Poof. No, I don't believe that. Something happened. Somebody knows something. Yeah, songs in Catholic school, right, Star? Yes. Ann Reynolds says, Lady Freedom, I wash mine in the washer and turn it inside out on the out areas and don't get it messed up too bad. I was thinking maybe I could just not dry it is it the washing that does it? Because like I could just kind of do it cold without any like detergent and then hang dry it. I mean, crap, if I put it outside it might dry fast. All the moisture sticks around here in Florida. It's one of my least favorite words to say. It's moist here. Let's just put it that way. Turkey Day, happy Turkey Day. Yes, I would love Greek Fest. I would show up. I would love to go to Greece. It's so beautiful. My friend, she used to go every summer because she's Greek, and so every summer they would go to Greece, and then she would buy a lot of clothes, and she always had the cutest clothes, but the clothes were really cheap, so she would come back with all these clothes, and she was so generous. She was a really good friend of mine growing up, that I lost touch with. But she was a really, really funny girl. Her and I used to laugh so hard. Oh my gosh. East Tennessee is beautiful in the fall. Yeah, the whole state that we drove through was all during the day, so I did get to see it. It was really pretty. Nashville looks really fun. Like even during Riley Strain's case, when I was looking at Nashville, because they were right there, right on the river, and I was like looking around, and I was like, wow, Nashville looks like a really fun place to be, especially if you're like 21 and young, and it. I mean, gosh, poor Riley Strain, but yeah, I remember thinking that because there's like party buses and country music all over. It just looks like it looks really fun. But then I heard that it's there's a lot of roofies, but then again, that's how Springfield, Missouri is, because there's 7 colleges there, right? So they're trying to get the poor young girls is what they're trying to do, because they're pigs. Speaking of pigs, went to Dollywood today. I'm tired. That's cool. Oh, cool, Kiki. I've always wanted to go to Dollywood. I followed Dolly Parton on YouTube, and she posted something like, I'm not dead yet or something, and I'm like, I don't know about dead, but you look gorgeous. You look younger than I do. And and I'm in my 40s, and here's Dolly Parton. She looks like she's 20 still. I'm like, what in the world? But yeah, I'm glad to see she's still going. Adam Forever 21 says, I love Florida. I'm usually a snowbird, but haven't last 2 years. Too many G babies, popping up fast. Oh, that's cool though, Adam Forever 21. Yeah, you should come down to Florida though. I love it here. Like it's so pretty. Everyone's nice. Like I don't know. I like it. I like it here a lot. I don't know why I didn't live here my whole life, but I do love Chicago. Missouri was a very dark time in my life, so I will never go back there. Butter Biscuit says, fall is my favorite time of year. I love the weather and colors. Scarecrows are the favorite things to collect. Oh, I got little scarecrows back there. Can you see them? Should I go? Yep. And then I have like a little, like a drawer dresser thing. That's right there. Sorry guys, I try to make it so I don't hit it with the mouse. Star, what language is this? Quebec? Oh, gotcha. Thanks. Thanks, Magic Star, for the pronunciation. Quebec? Did I say it right? Oh, seclusion's gonna get me. My daughter came out to me and thought I would be upset, and I laughed and said, look at you, silly. Or said, look at your mother, and I say, silly, aw. That's cute, Seclusion. Aw. Well, you know what? I think kids are always wanting to not disappoint, the adults around them, their parents and whatnot. Yeah, aw. I always try to let my daughter know how proud I am of her, because I am. I'm really proud of the person she is. Nancy Fleming, good to see you. Nancy says it's 36 degrees here in the mountains. Time to drag the quilts out. Ooh, see, that's that's hot cocoa weather. Yeah, and I don't even want hot cocoa in the winter here. I mean, it's got to be like pretty cold, but it doesn't get that. I mean, overnight, yes. So maybe night cocoa, you know? Cece says just thinking about Dollywood is exhausting. Yeah, I haven't seen Silvers either. SI officer. Love Silvers haven't been able to stay up on everyone. So much going on, and so many have kind of gone quiet. Yeah. Well, I mean, they have. You know, that's why I like to talk about Sebastian as much as possible. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, in my opinion. Look, he's still missing. Chris and Katie Proudfoot are, you know, acting like everything's just fine and dandy. I'm not okay with that. I never will be. I never will be okay with that. So I don't see how anybody in the area could be okay with that. It's weird. It's kind of like Derry. If you guys are fans of Stephen King, Derry, in that town, they just let things happen and they act like it didn't. Right? We just let it go. Oh well. It's okay. Just a missing kid. No biggie. Hey, Kylie's Nail Candy. Good to see you. I don't see how you can do that. I don't see how you could look at a child and know that they're missing out there and that maybe somebody in their family had something to do with it and you're just okay with that. Because the only one that left the house was Katie with the flashlight, and the only person that came back to the house had to have been Katie because the only person left in the house was Katie. Duh. I mean, my IQ's not the highest, but I'm pretty sure I can figure that one out. Yeah. Butter Biscuit, it is concerning to me too. I'm working on getting a timeline established with everything everyone has told me. I'm working on getting a timeline established because as we're going to hear in this audio, it's not right. Something's wrong when Devlin wasn't reported missing until 10:32 p.m., right? And that's what the that's what the scanner says, and what time the dispatcher called it out, right? She said it at a military time, right? Which is different. They go on a 24-hour, you know, so when it's, you know, 1:00 in the morning, it's 0100 hours, right? Because it's just starting. So 00 is 12 and 0100, 0200, all the way up until, you know, all the way up until 24. That's the way I had to remember it anyway when I was in nursing school. And it's been a long time because I used to be able to just tell military time, like, because that's what time you have to call the times out as. And luckily, like I said, somebody told me, oh, that's what they're doing is calling that military time out. Because I was like, hey, do you have a screenshot of the scanner and when this is for? Because I'm very visual and I try to give you guys receipts all the time. Otherwise, I'm not going to, I mean, we might touch on it, but I'm not going to go over it if I don't know for sure. So yeah, Sabrina made the call 10:32 p.m. But there was a call to Jessica, according to Matt, at 7:30 p.m. saying we're worried about Devlin. Okay. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? So, hey, Bo. So the issue is, yeah, I love Dolly. Dolly Parton, that is. Because we were talking about Dolly earlier, Dolly Vision earlier, because Chris Proudfoot's wanting to work with him on a search, and not the Hatfield McCoys, right? Not former law enforcement, a YouTuber that has a drone. Interesting. Does it surprise me? No. Am I shocked? Not a bit. I'm just like, okay, let's see how that shit show turns out. Kiki says, we're going to move lady to Tennessee and make her country lady. Oh no. I think I would like Tennessee. I think it's pretty. I think I would like it. But then again, I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know. It's kind of scary there. Like, especially, I don't know, just a lot of, like, the Buford Pusser thing really has me. You guys know I'm interested in that case. Hey, happy holidays. And I'm like going, what the heck, you know? First, he's a local legend. They have a museum of him. Now they're saying he took Pauline Pusser's life, which was his wife, and, you know, pretended like basically shot himself in the face. Like, they have a whole thing that says, like, this is where the ambush on him and Pauline happened. Yet here we are. And he's been dead for 50 years, and they've just said that he was a murderer, that he murdered Pauline, his wife. And it wasn't a gang of angry people that were after him. I don't know. And like I said, I would love to get into that one just for fun. And, you know, the Hatfield and McCoys have done a couple of videos on that one. Actually, I only got to watch like 2. Because then we started talking about we started talking about not Jaden, who was the other little one, Renesmee Yutzi, and I was looking into her case. I think and then now with Devlin, I've been really working hard to get all of this 5 months, you know, under my belt and understanding of it. And at this point, I'm seeing a lot of inconsistencies. So, hey, Gabby Mist, good to see you. Thanks for being here. And Celine, good to see you, Celine. Surely CP and KP show that some of Sebastian's army will be making an appearance at Pigfest. I'm surprised CP hasn't been on YouTube raising hell. I'm betting they have spoken to LE about boundaries. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that they're not, though. I'm glad they're not making any big deal of it, because it's really not. They shouldn't have never said no to the people that wanted to do the flyers in the first place. And we wouldn't be here, in my opinion. I would have just, you know, so I still would have bought, you know, Sebastian shirts and wore them on the show, and I would have wore them out, right, whenever I'm out. Because when you go to Walmart here, you have to bring like a jacket. Oh, Detroit, I just got your email, girl. I just got Detroit's email. I can see it pop up on my phone. But yeah, I mean, it's cold. It's real. They keep it like chilly, like really chilly in the stores here. And so I always bring like a shawl or something, like, you know, this is more of a cardigan, but I usually will wear my shawl. And it's getting to be hoodie weather. So sorry guys, I'm just catching up on our comments here. But yeah, that's what I like to do best. And I think that's what you guys like the best. In Sebastian Rogers' case, I had somebody tell me, Lady Freedom, you should take all of Chris and Katie's comments that they've made and all the contradictions and make make a video. But it turns out there were far too many, so I had to make several videos. And that's where the Polished Turds came in, that series that I did, Polished Turds. But that's what I like to do now. And that's what I always look for, is inconsistencies in the statements. And then also building out a timeline. Those are the 2 things I always focus on first in any case I look at, or any case that I've taken on so far. I've done that. And the family has been gracious enough to talk with me, and they were very open with Mr. and Mrs. E. There was a lot of good screenshots of information. So I'm going to try to compile all of that together and do a sort of a video of the 5 months, right? But local law enforcement really tapered off, or excuse me, local news media really tapered off, and law enforcement didn't come out with a press conference. So we only have about 4 news clips. I found one more little short news clip. I'm going to scour around for some news articles, but I'm really more interested in Facebook correspondence, or if you have screenshots, or if you guys have something you want to share with me that has come up over this time period, I'm going to start making videos about Devlin. He deserves to be out there. He deserves to have people looking at his case. Something is completely wrong. And you guys know how it is. Once we start talking about somebody, we don't stop here. We keep going and we keep talking about them. You know, so I'll always be looking for new information about what's going on with Devlin, always. Same thing with Sebastian. Buttermilk and cornbread. Hey, Deborah, good to see you. Nice to see you, Deborah, in Australia. Aw, you're a gorgeous lady, too. Aw, you're looking after your mother-in-law. That's so sweet of you. I hope she's doing well. Are you just hanging out with her, or is she not doing too well? Hey, WV Holla Girl, good to see you. The polished dirt. That was not mine either. That was a friend of mine who used to say that. Oh, goodness sakes. That was because everybody, you know, Chris would say something horrible and they'd be like, oh, sir, we just want to be respectful of you. And he's like dissing everybody, right? Like he's not being respectful in the slightest. Oh my goodness. But let me see, Butter Biscuit. Sorry, let me see. I might have skirted over it a little bit. Oh, really? They can't. Some places are really bad. Like this Walmart, I could actually get like nails and all of my cosmetic stuff without ever like having to call for somebody. The one in Springfield, Missouri, yeah, you had to like push a button, wait for somebody to come, unlock it for you. Like sometimes you'd be standing there for like 20 minutes. I'm like super impatient, like standing there. I'm like, okay, you know, yeah, because people would steal them. I don't know how you could steal. I mean, I don't know. There's so many cameras in Walmart. You know, it's like there's cameras everywhere, especially in the cosmetic aisles. It's not like that here, though. I don't have to worry about it. I don't know, in different parts of town, you know, different parts of the state, it might be different. But around here, they don't lock everything up, which is nice. I didn't see a Butter Biscuit. I'm sorry. You might need to repeat it. I went to Cherokee. I've never been to the Carolinas. I heard it's nice there, though. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. I finally got my background going for you guys. No, you weren't banned, Joseph Rapp. No. Lord, no. Sometimes I accidentally ban people. Sometimes I'll accidentally block somebody. And that's happened before, but that was mostly when I was using my phone, because the block and everything button, when you would put somebody on stage, it was right underneath that. So like there was times where I would click it off, and poor Detroit Rock City, she was in here and I blocked her. She's also a mod for me. So then it took her wrench and I was like, oh my gosh. But I haven't done anything like that, I don't think, in a while. Because this one you have to click on the little dots. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't click on the dots and accidentally hit something too. So yeah, no, you're not blocked, hun. I don't know if YouTube minds if people speak in a different language. I don't know if that was it, though. YouTube might do it. Sometimes YouTube does it, and they've done it to me on here, because I'll try to do like the little emojis where like you make a heart with like, you know, the little, you know, lesson and like a 3 and it looks like a heart, because I can't do emojis on here. There's no like option. Now, if I do it on my phone, I could do emojis, but yeah, they do. I bet they do. They make tons of money, Magic Star. The Walmart does. So yeah. I know, Ann. If you were on the way to Tennessee, I'd come pick you up. Because I really would like somebody to like go with, you know, preferably that would like to drive. That's terrible. Would anybody like to drive me? I'm still taking applications if somebody wants to drive me. That's awful. Yeah, but I'm not a bad driver. I'm very cautious. You know, I've not been in a lot of wrecks. I say that, and watch, I'll get a wreck on the way there or back. But you know, one time back home in Chicago, I was coming around like a little curve, and it's not very curvy in Chicago at all, but there was like a curve in the street, and I had like a little Saturn, and it like completely went around, and I ended up in head-on traffic, and luckily nobody was coming because it was really snowy. Like the snow was really bad. I lost control of the vehicle, but I was good. I know, blast. I know, blast. I know, and I'm scared. I know, I'm scared. Like I would totally do it. It's so fast too. Like the flights are so fast. Driving Miss Freedom. Butter biscuit, I could just see me. Don't speak it, lady. I know, right, Kiki? I'm like, I'm a good driver. And the next thing I know, I come up, okay, guys, I have something to tell you. Don't let me drive anywhere, ever. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, the snow is bad. Like the ice is the worst. Like I don't like ice either. So it's like I try to avoid that, but snow is horrible. I've been stuck on the expressway in Chicago when it was just snowing feet of snow. You know, because I lived in one area and then I worked in another, and yeah, I heard they put in extensions up there, but so that way it wasn't so bad. Detroit. You know, that one time that I completely, you know, blocked you, took your wrench, everything for no apparent reason. Oh Lord. Yeah, the snow, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of the cold anymore either. I get cold a little bit easier than I used to. It's like because I'm so acclimated now, I think, because it's hot every day here pretty much during the day. I bet it is so pretty right now there too, and yeah, you know, and Georgia was really pretty to drive through. We were driving through Georgia last year. It was really pretty, you know, a pretty drive through Chattanooga. Every time I hear Chattanooga, I think of the Chattanooga Choo Choo. Where, yeah, I think Kiki said she had a game up that way a couple weekends ago for football. Yeah, maybe doesn't like the reptiles. Oh, geez. Hey, Laura Arnold. Good to see you. Aw, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, the scary part is the black ice because you can't see it. Aw, you'd have to fly. Aw, happy holidays says I would totally drive you, but I'd have to fly to you first. How long is the drive? It's going to be like 16 and a half hours, which is going to be exhausting. But if I leave at a decent time and I just drink coffee, and you know, my only problem is I'll like sit there, be drinking stuff, you know, like coffee and stuff, and then I'll like have to stop and get, you know, use the bathroom. So hopefully if I don't have to stop a lot, it would be nice if I could take my time and I could put posters up. But like if I stop for gas, I'm going to hand out a flyer for Sebastian Devlin. I might as well do Devlin too. We don't know where he is. So, but I have a printer so I can print, and I have paper. So I'm going to do that. Fallen leaves can make the road slick too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I don't know. I haven't looked up to see like the weather yet, because I was waiting a little bit closer to, just like you guys said, in case it's like bipolar weather, you know? Yeah, the snow is so peaceful, but the black ice, yeah, the snow is really nice. Like I do like looking outside and seeing like the snow falling, and yeah, that is nice, especially if you have like cocoa and a fire and, you know, snacks, and yeah, and good for traveling and staying awake. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I was gonna do, is just buy snacks before, and you know, bring them with me. That way I don't have to stop a bunch. You know, and just kind of keep it going. So I know that's one thing that I want to try to avoid, because I know like I'm not good. So I probably do espresso, because I don't know. I used to drink the Diet Rock Stars. Those were the ones that I really liked, but I don't know. They just make my heart race too much. But maybe if I drink one slow, like maybe if I drink like a half of it and then, you know, the other half when I'm feeling tired again. Because I just drank a lot of coffee when we were driving here in the big truck with all of our stuff. So, oh yeah. Yeah, I bet the winters are really brutal up there, right, Andrea? That's what I was saying. I can't believe that, like, Daniel Martel's mom lives in that camper because, like, it gets so cold in the campers. Like, it doesn't matter. You have to have heat. Like, even here, I was putting the heat on in the camper. You have to have heat. It's way too cold. You'll, freeze to death, you know? So socks are locked up too at a Walmart. Unbelievable. Oh, really? The socks, like, for your feet? Oh my gosh. I have not seen that yet. Wow. Watch for the bears too, lady. They're popping out everywhere at schools, gas stations. They're they're becoming city slickers. Oh my goodness. Not so much country bears. Oh no. So they're looking for food if they're coming out of the woods like that, huh? Wow, that's interesting. Oh no, a bear. Aw, and I like bears so much, so I'd be like, oh, look how cute he is. And then they'd eat me. Like that one bear guy that was in the woods hugging all the bears, and then he got eaten by them. I think his girlfriend got eaten too. Yeah, I know. I don't know how either. Like, it's too cold. And like with the cracks in the windows, and then the window having to be open to have like whatever kind of like tube was going through there. I don't know if it was a hose or like some kind of a power. But that's just letting all that air in, so there's no insulation or anything. Yeah, just one if needed. Yeah, that's true. SI officer, I probably could, like, if I don't just like drink it as fast as I can, you know. Walmart has become super liberal. Joe. That's funny. Oh my goodness, I forgot to tell you. One of the Georgia coaches got my son's film. Oh, today. Oh, cool, Kiki. Yeah, lady, what if I have to move to Georgia? I ain't letting my baby go by himself. Yeah, Georgia's pretty though, Kiki. Georgia's really pretty. And like, I don't know, it's weird. But the air just is like, it's good quality or something. I don't know. It like, cause we rolled down the windows and stuff, and Jago was like hanging his head out the window. He loved it. I don't know. That's, yeah. When Seclusion Work says, when I lived in Montreal, our son was continually replenishing the wood. I love a fireplace. Yes. Well, especially because it's cold, it helps so much. It looked like she had like a wood burning stove, Janie did, but then I was like, that looks really dangerous, you know? So I was like, ah. The Beats are walking the main streets. Many started coming out after the fires, and some choose to live in towns. Oh, the Bears. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I see. Oh, that makes sense. So their homes were taken away by the fire. Denise Bragg, good to see you. If I didn't affect your heart, that the little 5-hour energy drinks would make you stop for restrooms every couple miles. Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot about the 5-hour energy. I don't remember if those made my heart race or not. It's been a long time since I've taken that. Oh, you'll have Kiki says I'd have to trade my orange for Bulldog Red. That's cool though. Aw, I'm glad he got that opportunity, you know? Right, you used to live right outside of Georgia. Yeah, Perfectly Imperfect Boy Mom. It was really pretty out there too. Like the little towns that we drove through were really cute and stuff. So, oh my gosh, Walmart will soon be making you sign for toilet paper limited to one family per month. Oh no. Could you imagine? My gosh. Meth burning. Joe. Joe, he says a meth burning stove. Zing. Oh my gosh, that's funny. He used to live in coming GA outside of Atlanta. Now, Atlanta was busy. I was like, did we just time warp to Chicago? Because Atlanta reminded me of Chicago now. I was like, we just hit rush hour traffic and this is not good. Like, how did we just make it into Atlanta right whenever all the traffic? And they had like 17 lanes full. And I'm like, okay. That was wild. Yeah, Red Bull and coffee. See, I do like the blueberry Red Bulls, like the smaller ones. But the Diet Rockstar was my thing for a long time. Have you ever seen the funny commercial where the people remember their vacation the following year and a bear comes in and attacks her car and they were screaming or something? Yeah, I remember seeing that SA officer where like they're in the car and the bear's outside. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they make my heart pitter patter too. Like I can feel it. I was like, boom, 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 boom. Especially if I'm sitting. Now, if I'm doing stuff, it's not as bad. So maybe that's the difference, you know. Ooh, B12 drops. Okay. I used to take B12. I need to start taking B vitamins again, honestly. I like more natural stuff. We just moved to Maine, to Arkansas. Oh, wow, Denise. And the drive was brutal. Close the old house on Wednesday, signed for the new Friday. Oh, wow, that is brutal. I mean, just that. Moving is so stressful. They say it's like one of the more stressful times in life. And I would have to agree, you know. I mean, it's like a good stressor because you're happy and excited, but it's also, you know, yeah, there's always, perfectly imperfect boy mom says there's always traffic in Atlanta. That's how Chicago is too. That's funny. I mean, I just remember driving into the office and back. It was like driving in wasn't as bad as driving home. It's like, how many hours do you have to sit in the, on the highway in a parking lot, basically? Oh, Celsius. I'll try that. I've heard of those too. Yeah, I like the more natural stuff, So I'm on the shots, but needs to be go to the doctor for a new script, but the drops get me through. Okay, cool, Butter Biscuit. I know. I'm probably going to need those just in general here. I've been, just tired. I've like been worn out, All right, guys, I want to go ahead and switch over to our background with Devlin. And I need to make I need to load another one in. I've made a couple of them. Let me see if I can. Well, here, I'll just take my self off of here for now. And let me see about playing this audio. So we had a little bit of the audio. The thing about the scanner, of course, is it's saying everything that was kind of going down that night in the neighborhood, which is pretty cool. And I'm grateful for it. But it also, you really have to listen for the events that you're looking for, So let's do this. Go to my posts. All right, here we go. And I did entitle this Liar, Liar, Sabrina's Pants Are on Fire, right? Because I'm wondering what is going on here. Because all of the news clips are saying something different than what she's saying. The times are not adding up. And we're trying to figure out when Devlin was reported missing, right? And so that's very difficult when we don't have the answers, Not good at all, as we would say on YouTube streets, no bueno. Not at all. Not good. And so, thank you, Gabby Miss, for being here and listening. Yeah, Devlin Tait's case is a lot like Sebastian. Now, he's older. He's older than Sebastian. He turned 19 while he's been missing, but he was 18 when he went missing. My nerves can't do Atlanta. I know. I feel that, Cece. look, and then I went, I started in Chicago and then I went to Missouri, and it was like I used to get really anxious and bad road rage because I would be like, hurry up, because everybody goes slow there, and in Chicago you're just fast, hurry, you know what I mean? Everybody's like slow as what, no hurry at all, and so I got used to that too, though, so now I'm kind of a no hurry at all kind of a person, when really before I used to be like so high, energy. Talk about having a a meth burning stove, Joe. That still makes me laugh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, iced coffee. Yes, butter biscuit. Do you like people do when they're flying, wear a pull up and drink lots of iced coffee? Oh my goodness, I heard the gamers do that too. Oh my goodness. Yes, timing is key. Drove from Missouri to Florida and hit St. Louis at 8 a.m., Nashville at noon, and then hit Atlanta traffic. Should have planned better. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, what happened is we got a later start in the night than planned, and then we ended up staying overnight in Kentucky, and then leaving out of Kentucky early, and then we just drove completely through. So it did work out well, but I mean, getting caught up in Atlanta, we got caught up in Atlanta big time, Okay, guys, so let me go ahead and share this. So we got here.
Copy a call.
Good.
It's going to be 1855 Oak Ridge Drive, off of Walnut Lane. Caller is Sabrina Cook. She called to report her nephew missing. She said he normally goes and walks around Lake Odessa during the day, but normally home around 7 o'clock. He hasn't been seen since 7 o'clock this morning. Was last heard from around 8:15. The Lake Odessa officer is aware and is looking around the village, but if you could check the area as well.
Okay.
Also, be advised, the aunt had said that he's got a friend, Joni Sowers, who lives in a trailer park. There's a possible address for her in the notes as well.
Okay.
2232. 6436, your status?
Security.
Clearance suspending, 2232.
22 from Central. Go ahead. I ran her caller. She's got a couple of care bonds out of Iron County. I'm close. 2232. 3416 from 395. Good. I can head over to 47 Mandy and check out that address, if that works with you. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
463 status.
Okay.
You're okay, 2237.
36 is Pottery. 9 and 16 are Grand River and Dorian Drive.
Clear 36 or 78, one of you right to go back, 622.
36 full.
Clear 2239.
622 LBL.
Clear, you're out, 2239.
4919 secure. Low secure, 2242. Details still.
Clear 1 to team, 6136, you clear that?
Sure, Jack.
2242.
I want to go check the address 47 Mandy. 47 Mandy no longer exists. I am going to go down to the auction barn and see if he's over there.
I'm clear, 2259.
From 30 to 3416. Go ahead, sir. Come on over to 6 Keisha Court in the back of the trailer park with me. I might have them located here. Hey, sir.
Clear, sorry, 342.
Central 46-3.
46-3.
Back in.
2350. 16.
Can you try and call them Devlin's phone number, please?
3416 from Central.
Good.
It's going straight to voicemail.
Okay, thanks.
353.
Thank you for letting me know I'm muted. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is I was answering your question actually, Kiki. I'm sorry. So Kiki said, was this different dispatches, lady, like meaning different calls? So this is just the one call that was initially made by Sabrina that came in from 10:32 p.m. and this is the audio on Broadcastify from 10:30 p.m. to 11:02 p.m. on 4/21/25, the night that Devlin went missing or was reported missing. So it was all on the scanner, and there's more as well, calls. But this is the first call when she initially calls it in. And I don't know why I can't get rid of this little thing, because you can't really, I zoomed in to see it. But yeah, because it's going right through the, hold on one second.
9.
I don't know how to get rid of that. But yeah, 10:32 p.m. And I think I have it in the other part of the video as well. But you can see that that's when the call came in. And then you also know it because she says it here, right? In the dispatch, the dispatcher says 22:32, which is 10:32 p.m. military time. And that's what time the dispatcher calls off at the end of talking about Joni, which is right here, because they left Joni. They left the police believing that Joni was possibly the last one with Devlin, and ultimately that's where his cell phone ended up pinging at 11 p.m. that night. Good night, Super Sleuth. Thanks for being here, couponing. And so, yeah, it's very interesting that there's so many discrepancies right there, right? And then I'll also pull it back in here, because I think this is where I put it over here too. And I figured out, and I put it up further as well. Yeah, here we go. Here's the one you could really see it here. So Ionia County Sheriff, Fire, and EMS on Broadcastify. And then these parts I wanted to put in and show you guys because, and I'll just mute it, but we have this one stating that Devlin likes to walk around Lake Odessa during the day, but normally home around 7. So she's telling the dispatcher that he's usually home around 7, right? But they're calling at 10:32 p.m. So already the story's off. And then it says he hasn't been seen since 7 o'clock this morning. And then the dispatcher says, as I've heard from around 8:15, but you can hear it back when she says it. She says, instead of what the closed captioning is saying here, she says last time he was heard from was 8:15. So that's curious to me because Matt said that he called Jessica, who is his biological mother, who lives in Yuma, Arizona, at 7:30 that night. And then she told me again, I had her reiterate it to me in a text message tonight. She told me again that she got a call from Sabrina around 8. So if the last time they heard from Devlin is being reported on the scanner, on the dispatch audio, as the last time he was heard from was 8:15, right? Then we have a major problem. Because if that was the case, then they should have called Jessica and said, we just heard back from Devlin, never mind, right? But they didn't do that. They waited 2.5 hours almost to call him back. Or excuse me, to call him in as a runaway missing child, whatever. Right? So this is the message I sent to Jessica. The dispatch said he was last heard from around 8:15, last seen at 7 a.m. and last heard from at 8:15. Again, WTF. Right? What's going on? Because that shouldn't be the case. That should not be the case, right? If she's saying to the dispatcher that the last time she heard from Devlin was 8:15, right? So we have that. Now, we also have them telling the dispatch, and by them I mean Sabrina. We also have Sabrina telling the dispatcher that Devlin was last in the trailer park with Joni Sowers, or to go look over there because he has a friend over there named Joni Sowers, which it's not a friend. Come to find out, it's an old parapro of his, which for those of you who don't know who a parapro is, it's a paraprofessional who goes and helps the children like a teacher's aide, something like that, right? So, may be looked at as inappropriate, in my opinion, if he was going to hang out with this older lady. But, that is okay. He's over the age of 18. So, almost about to turn 19. But nevertheless, they give a fake address in the dispatcher. They say, in the dispatch, he says that doesn't exist anymore. And then they continue to look. And then they finally find out that the parapro lives off of Keisha Court, and they go over there and look, and they say we might have found him, right? But then they said we might have found him in the back of the trailer park, and then all of a sudden they come back on and say, could you call Devlin's phone? And the dispatch says, I tried, and it's going straight to voicemail, right? So with it going straight to voicemail, that was the end of that. Right? So it still leaves us with what happened the night that Devlin supposedly vanished. Now, I'm working on a video as well, and I'm going to share it out hopefully as soon as possible. That's why this live is going to be a little bit shorter tonight, because I'm going to be working on pushing this video out because I've compiled all the news clips and I want to get everything into a more tight timeline, but I also want to point out some consistencies, right? Because I think it's very important for us to see these. And, again, I just want to, say again that, and here, let me go ahead and put my camera back on. I might have to, I sit on my legs sometimes, so I'm just going to reposition myself here so I'm a little bit more normal for the camera. Let's see if I take it off here. All right, there we go, guys. Sorry about that. And let me move and make myself smaller here. Okay, there we go. All right, fantastic. So, I just want to say that I did email Matt this link because I did see him going off in the comments, right, telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about and, yada, 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 which I like to leave those there so that way if anybody needs to reference them at a later date. But I did take the link to the video that I just showed you guys, and I sent it to him and asked him if he would care to explain the inconsistencies and explain what he said, right? Instead of going off in my comments, I gave him the choice whether he wanted to, address it with me on the email or if he wanted to keep making a fool out of himself in the comments, because at the end of the day, I've given them all the opportunities to come into the chat, to, talk with me on the email. Like I said, Tamara and I have had a pretty good going back and forth, but she's also said that she was at home, so she really doesn't know a whole lot of what's going on, right? So I needed to talk to Sabrina. Well, Sabrina's probably not going to reach out to me because all of these inconsistencies that I'm seeing, it seems like she's got Matt, to do that. So I asked him if he would care to, discuss it with me. But I will say this, Matt is a registered sex offender. Matt is not really supposed to be on the internet per se, right? Social media and things like that. And usually I would not entertain somebody like that, but I did notice that the first night that Jessica was in here telling her story, he was in here too. And I thought, okay, if we could work together, that's a good thing. So I decided to put aside my differences as well, and allow for some of this banter to go back and forth. And I'm glad that I did, because like I said, when Matt tells me that he called Jessica, who's in Yuma, Arizona at 7:30 Michigan time, and then Sabrina's telling the dispatcher that the last time she spoke to Devlin was at 8:15 that night, even though Jessica said that she too got a call from Sabrina around 8 o'clock that night. It's not adding up. It's not adding up at all, right? So again, if they would like to discuss it back and forth, I'm not going to do that in the comment section, right? In my opinion, going back and forth like that is exactly what he wants instead of finding a solution. I also want to say that Matt was in the chat the 2 nights that Jessica was up on the panel, but then never came back again. Right? Except for to go and disrespect me in my own comments section. Right? So, 8:15 p.m. 8:15 p.m. Perfectly Imperfect Boy Mom. Right? Last seen at 7. last heard from at 8:15 p.m. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So, and we're going to get into the victimology. We are. I was just giving people his own niece, Joe. His own niece. Yes. Right? So, don't try to discredit me, Mr. Man, when you got that kind of shit on you. No, he did that in the comments on the live. Like, so he did it like on the video part of it. So even though I gave him perfect opportunities to come in here and tell me what I was doing wrong, I've gone back and forth with the email. As a matter of fact, the last email that I sent to Matt was a link to a video about the Michigan militia, because he was talking about it in my chat. And he said they're like the Proud Boys. And so I said, okay. I sent it. I went and found a video about it, and I was like, is this what you think Devlin might have been involved with in that house? And he never emailed me back. So much for worrying about how to find Devlin or helping people find Devlin. Because last time I checked, any of the people that I've asked for information have given it to me. Tamara's given me information. Jessica's given me information. But all of a sudden, Matt doesn't want to give me any more information after he opens that can of worms, right? It's kind of like, don't look at us, look over here, right? But the problem is Matt is knee deep in this shit, right? And I was still giving him the opportunity to explain things. And then he goes and turns around and goes onto one of my videos and starts talking shit. You know? Hey, Vic. Right? So it's like, and I've invited Matt to come on to the podcast against my better judgment, right? Against my better judgment. So no, right? And then I find out from my mod manager, right? Because I'm too busy trying to figure out what happened to Devlin, right? And get to the bottom of all of this shit. And he's disrespecting me in my comments. So, again, I sent him the link for the dispatch audio, and I asked him flat out, would you like to explain this? Or are you going to wait for me to make it a video and make an ass out of you for lying to me and lying in my chat and lying to my chatters who were asking you questions in order to find your family member who is missing? I find that to be highly disrespectful and a waste of our time. Because here at this channel, we try to help victims. We try to help the families. But in my opinion, I don't give a shit about anybody but Devlin. If we're going to be perfectly honest, I don't care about anybody else's feelings besides Devlin's. I don't. Because what he endured being a part of that family is beyond atrocious. Beyond atrocious. And they know what I mean. So they can say that I'm doing this and I'm doing that when all I'm really doing is showing receipts and dispatch audio. I didn't put the scanner audio out there. I'm not a part of Ionia County. I've never even been to Michigan. But it's 3 hours away from where I grew up and a little closer from where I went to college. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think for 1 minute that Devlin deserved any of what he got. Not one bit of it. I think he deserved love, care, compassion, and resources. Right? And I'm not here to argue back and forth with anybody. I've heard everybody's side of the story, basically. And I'm grateful to have heard it. But again, I think that Jessica could have used some more love, care, compassion, and resources. That is how I feel. That all put aside, It's about Devlin. It's about finding Devlin. It's about building out a timeline. It's about pushing through all the bullshit. All of the bullshit. Because it's not fair to Devlin. And I don't care how many times he's been failed in the past. He's not going to be failed again. Not by me. Not by me. Yeah, he didn't come back at all perfectly imperfect, boy, mom. I was trying to give that man the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, you know, that was really nice that they were able to come together. You know, I'm not going to try to get in between that. Let's see if they, you know, we can work things out. If he feels comfortable sharing information here, that's great. And then I get like 8 or 9 comments about, you know, what a moron I am. And they're still on the page. I mean, I just left them there, right? Because I'm going to use them to destroy him, right? And I'm going to take a screenshot of it, and then I'm going to show him how he's the fool and not me. Because that's what I do here. Because for some reason, it's like fashionable, maybe? I don't know. But it's like, I've never seen missing children's cases like this in my life. Ever. Right? Ever. But maybe it's because I've never deep dived into them. Maybe it's because I've never really understood what was going on in the background. Maybe that's why. You know? IML, good to see you. IML says, is this the boy who had to charge his phone at the store? Yes, at Lake-O Laundry. Yes. Yes, ma'am. The parents wouldn't let him charge it at home. Right. Well, he wasn't living with his parents. He was living with his adopted sister, Tamra, the one that's wearing the striped shirt. And Tamra thought that because Devlin didn't want to do anything around the house, right, that he would, or that she would tell him that he couldn't charge the phone at the house. That was his punishment, right? And I had said before that I think taking the phone away is a really good tool. I mean, I hate to say it, right? And it's not like, oh, guess what? I'm going to tell you all parenting advice or whatever. But usually, like, that works for the kids because they don't want their phone taken away. That's how it was with my daughter, at least. Because teenagers can be very ornery. Teenagers can be very, you know, out of control, especially when they know that people really can't tell them what to do anymore. Like when they're 18, it's a little worse in some regards, because then it's like, ooh, I'm an adult, you know. When really, I mean, we all kind of felt like that when we were young. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Gotta have to ignore his misdeeds, yeah, to get the information. Yeah, and that's and I do and I do understand that, Joe. You're right. Yeah. Joe says gotcha. We'll have to ignore his misdeeds to get information from him. Maybe he's trying to make amends. Well, and you know, I was happy that he was trying to help out with the timeline, right? But did he ever watch the news clips that Sabrina was on? Because, you know, if you're lying to me, then you might as well, you know. I mean, if you're gonna lie, do a good one, right? Make sure you're a good liar. Why did they think? Hey, C. Taylor. Why did they think they'd found him when they asked them to call his phone and they said it was going to voicemail? I know. I'm stumped by that too, C. Taylor, because subsequently his phone did ping at the trailer park at 11 p.m. So the cops are all over the trailer park, right? And I talked about this last night, but it sounds like they set the cops up. It sounds like Sabrina set the cops up, in my opinion. Right? Go to the trailer park, right? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I don't know where Devlin is, right? So they go to the trailer park. They're looking all around, right? Nope, can't find him. Oh, nope, his phone's going to voicemail. Then later on, it pings over there at 11. Sounds like somebody went back over there and put the phone over there, in my opinion. I could be wrong. But it's kind of weird that they would point them all towards Joni Sowers, right? Yeah, well, that it still remains to be seen, you know. Yeah, I wanted to hear. I still want to hear from them. You know, I'm not trying to be hateful. I'm trying to understand, but don't lie to me, right? And don't expect me to believe you when you've gone and you've lied and lied and lied and lied and lied. And let's not forget, Sabrina's the one that stole the reward money. That's a really tough subject for me, because the only people that steal from a kid, in my opinion, are not those people are not good people, right? I don't care if you really needed the money or not, you know, ask for it, don't steal it. Better yet, work for it, don't steal it, work for it. But Sabrina went on the news and said, oh, I've got 2 jobs. I hope so you can pay some of that money back. And she did, apparently. And we're going to get into that. It reminds me of my ex-husband liking to take money from little kids. It's disgusting. And I don't like people that do that. And I never will get along with people that do that. But in order to find Devlin, I'd like to know where she was that day, because supposedly her and her boyfriend were out at an odd job that day in town. And Devlin was also out in town that day. Detroit Rock City says, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, he wanted to point you in the direction and take the heat off himself, just like the Parapro. Very shady. MM is nothing to mess with. He probably shit one. I know, Detroit. That's what I'm saying. Like, I did research on those guys. They're a lot of them are military and cops too. Like, and I have some more to share about that as well. Excuse me, I had a cough. Faye says, Lady Freedom, Matt is trying to have the control, like he knows what happened. He victim shamed Devlin here and didn't answer some of the questions and lied to some others. So there's that. Yeah, I know. That was the big lie that I caught Matt in, but I have everything that was said. I never take my chats off, guys. I will always have my chats up for reference, because we do deal with missing children. And say one day Seth wants to come into my chat and look at what was said on a particular subject, and he wants to look through it, right? Or, you know, the police do, or At Night do, or somebody does, whoever is looking into it. I don't know who all looks in. But I know Dog's been in the chat, and so has Nick the Hat. So I know that they've watched my videos and things like that. So I'm saying if they wanted to come in and see what people were saying and see if somebody said something that I might have missed, is very important, right? So I leave it in there. Same thing with Jessica. If she wants to go back and look through my chat, see who was saying what, she can definitely do that. You know, so IML. I just think Devlin would have done so well had he had a support system, you know. Oh, you had to tape your ribs, Miss Ann? Yes, every human deserves love and care, Andrea. That is so right. Yeah, every human deserves love and care. Devlin didn't deserve how he was treated. Not at all. Not at all. Thanks, Shadow. Aw, thank you, Kiki. And he knew Devlin's exact pathway he walked. Ugh. I know. Well, and that's the thing. Okay, so that's why whenever, thank you for reminding me this too, Kiki, and thank you for your super sticker or super chat. So whenever I was talking back with Tamra, I had said, what's Devlin's route? You know, could you tell me his exact route? Because I don't think I have it right. And because Matt said I don't have it right? Because he said he did the shortcut. And then I said, okay, well, then that makes sense, right? Because it would be 2.5 miles if he went all the way around Lake Odessa, right? Excuse me, all the way around Tupper Lake. And so that would have been 2.5 miles. But if he would have started out at their house on Oak Ridge Drive and he would have went, you know, the opposite direction, it's only about a half hour walk, according to Tamra. And so I was like, okay, great. And she's like, and then I asked her again, well, what was his path though? Because like he was so good about going the same way, right? It was part of his routine. And she goes, I already told you in the other email, but sometimes he would take this other path. And I said, thank you, because that's what I was trying to get to, right? That's why sometimes you have to ask a person a question, the same question twice, not because she was lying to me. She's not. I don't think Tamara was trying to keep anything from me. She's talked to me. We've been talking. So I don't think that at all. I think that she was like, well, I already told you the route. And I was like, well, what about the other one though? You know, and I didn't want to be like, well, Matt said, you know, because I wanted to be like, well, was there another route? So I was glad that she had brought up the other route, which was the 2-track that he would go. So I'm trying to map those out on the map, but it's difficult, especially because if he goes through the woods, right, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to map it out. But yeah, thank you, Kiki. And how would you know if you weren't with him? You know, because I was even trying to ask his friend, you know, hey, K9 Captain Jules, good to see you. Thank you for being here. IML says, oh, yes, the grandma, he called and the child so wouldn't let Devlin speak to her. Sick. I know. Well, and that's another thing. And that's what I was really upset about with Matt, you know, and that's what Tamara had shared. Like, they'd go back and forth, right? It was a regular occurrence. I heard that there was some very mean and immature on Matt's part messages on Devlin's Facebook page. Now, why? Why do you have to do that? Don't you have better things to do as an adult than to pick on a young kid? You know? Thank you, Chuchi. You know, so it's like, I'm going to go back and look, Kiki, and see if he said that, you know? I know. Well, it just keeps changing, Kiki. It's like, it's the same as Katie's story. It's, you know, keeps getting changed. He probably has no sense of reality beyond his own perception. He might not be lying per se. Yeah, that's true, Joe. That's true. Well, and you know, that's what one thing that is a little bit with the time. I'm just going to say with the time, because I get what you're saying. You know, I agree. The time thing, though, they all agreed that it was 7:30, because then Jessica's like, oh yeah, okay, that's right, it was about 7:30. And then, you know, because I'm like, what time did Sabrina call you about? You know, and she's like, around 8, right? But if they're telling the dispatch that they last heard from Devlin at 8:15, right? He was last heard from at 8:15. What? Right? And this is at 10:32. So I'm like, what in the world? You know? He told us he was talking with Devlin for 30 minutes. Yes, he did, when he was at the laundromat. So I asked him what were they talking about, and he never answered. That's a good point, because if he only got on the phone, he was calling Sandra to begin with, Faye. So that's such a good point. He's already calling, you know, Sandra, and then, you know, oh, she's in the bathroom or whatever. What else did they have to talk about? That's a really good point. And then also 30 minutes is a while. But then again, it's not, considering they tried getting a hold of him at 7 p.m. You know, because where was Devlin after he left the laundromat? And you know, nobody caught him on camera. The only camera footage, which I don't even know if that there is camera footage. The news is saying there is. The law enforcement said there was. But the only people who have seen the footage is law enforcement, to my knowledge. So, thank you. Thanks, IML. I appreciate you. I remember you though. You come in. I've seen you before. Laura Arnold says, lady, does he have a smartwatch on? can they track it? Just asking, don't know much about tech. Yeah, no, if he was wearing like a digital, like an iWatch, or they even have Android ones, I would think that would be a good way to track him. But he didn't have anything like that. I know he was wearing a watch at Bob's in the video that we watched on of him at Bob's Barn Jams. And yeah, he was wearing a watch, but it wasn't a smartwatch. And I'm just guessing that was probably to help him tell time because his phone screen was black. So I'm guessing he was wearing a watch. That way he knew what time to get home for curfew and everything. But you could tell, I mean, obviously he's responsible enough to do that. Another thing that is concerning is that it was alleged that he was being locked out of the house if he didn't get home on time. Now, I will say that Tamara has said that that was not true, that the only time that she locks the door to the house is if she's like in the bathroom or if she's gone. So, and I will just say that, but you know, we're going to have to dig a little bit deeper into that too. Yes, my son told me he was a grown ass man at 18. Brenda. Oh, hell. I asked him to let me know if he was going to stay with friends so I don't worry growing pains. Well, and you know, that's funny, Brenda, because my daughter was like, she had just graduated college, and then, you know, I was like, hey, I'm going to move to Florida, you know, by the end of the year. But we track each other. We do. And I don't know that she would have been, you know, okay with that, like when she was younger. I mean, I still did, but like, you know, she didn't mind, but that's so funny. I'm a grown ass man. But you know, I mean, we worry, and especially if we watch true crime, we know people, even grown ass men, can get snatched up. My lord, people, we don't know, and that's the thing about Devlin. I don't know, and another thing with Devlin is that he very much liked other people, right? So who's to say that he didn't like meet someone online, you know, and he could have. So, yeah, that's, well, I mean, I was watching a couple of documentaries, Joe, and I was researching them a while back because like the Proud Boys, like once you start looking into the Proud Boys, then you'll start finding the militias, then you'll start finding all of these other like subgroups and things like that. I just look at them all like a gang. You know, like if a kid tells me, oh, I joined the Michigan militia, I'm like, oh, so you joined a gang, you know what I mean? Like, oh boy. You know, because I would look at them as the same as like a street gang or something. But, you know, there's different groups, and you know, people, even though they're like so whatever part of a group, they could be like deviating. Also, Matt said that they completely cleared that house out that he was staying at, and the police did. So I mean, I can't like discount that maybe something like what happened where Devlin saw something, or maybe he reported something, right? Because he thought he was being a good, you know, citizen of sorts, you know, which would be a good citizen to do that, in my opinion. But we just don't know. Leave kids and animals alone. Exactly. You know, Kena, Jules says, IML, amen to that. Yeah. It's wild. Oh, did I miss it, Kiki? GA64 confirmed. Matt said the ring camera for the Parapro was erased. Okay, I'm gonna go find it. I'll go find it. Thank you guys. I'm glad that he was only in here 2 nights, Elisa. That's all I have to look through is 2 nights of stuff. Oh gosh, it's enough to be like my eyes turn cross-eyed, you know. No, thank you, Kiki. I appreciate you, because yeah, if I know it's there for sure, I want to go look for it right away. Jules. Yeah, the militias. And I was looking at it, you know, it's so wrong and sus. Well, and you know, I know, and I mean, I'm looking into everyone, you know, because there's people that were bullying Devlin around and stuff. And I will say that when I was listening to Mr. and Mrs. E's Tamara said, I know the people who were bullying Devlin, and things like that, but I'm not going to put it out there because, they're younger people too, it is so sad. Canine Captain Jules, it is sad, I mean, Devlin's out there somewhere, right? Yeah, Life 360, exactly. Yeah, well, and iPhones are cool because like I can track her iPhone, she could track mine, so we just, like if I look right now I can see exactly where she's at, um which is funny because I've teased her. Like one time I saw that she was at the casino and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing at the casino? I thought that was so funny. Like that was my mom moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, she is an adult. Like my kid is literally at a casino right now. Like it was just funny. It's for me I was like, because I know how old she is, right? Like I know, but it was weird. Detroit Rock City says, so if he was always at the laundromat charging his phone, etc., he must have been really quiet or really friendly with the owners. It was said that he slept at the laundromat at times and they didn't kick him out. Well, I'm wondering that too, right, Detroit? Because there's cameras in there. We saw it last night, so there was cameras also in the laundromat. So I would think that the owners would know that he was there, all the time, and that he slept in there. There was other instances where he was sleeping other places as well, like when he broke into the auction place because it was cold and he didn't have any place to stay, is the story that I heard. Faye says, I asked Matt what triggered Devlin to attack his mom so harsh that she flipped that she filed a PO, and he never answered me either. Yeah. There's a little bit more to the story on that, Faye, from what I've heard. Yeah, I need to look into. I got a screen. I know I have screenshots of it. Yeah, IML, that's the day that Crime Time Buzz did Devlin's story. She was also going to talk about Jonathan Hong. And, I was going to cover him, and then I got into Devlin's case, and it was like there's just been so much. But I would love to cover him too because he's still missing. Yeah, and he was telling her stuff. He was Adam Forever 21. He was telling her a lot of things that were going on that he wasn't happy about, being there. And there were some other things that she was aware of because of the past. Brenda says, I would be worried about him coming across someone that he was in jail with that knew him, who knew he had challenges. Yeah, Brenda. And then there was the one kid that he was in there with that had threatened him. So yeah, that worries me as well. Andrea says, my daughter always tracks me. I had a son go missing, red rum, so we are psycho about tracking each other. Yeah, exactly, Andrea. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I'm so sorry. And that's the thing. We're both, my daughter has a degree in criminology. So, and then, I remember we watched that movie, Lovely Bones. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. But it's kind of a weird movie. But it's about a little girl that gets abducted and taken. And then the dad is looking for her. And this guy takes her into an underground bunker that he has. It is so creepy. But that kind of got my daughter to stay a little bit closer and be more leery of people, which is probably bad on my part. But I'm like, see, kids get taken all the time, so it probably wasn't that bad. My daughter's always been very intelligent, though. So, I think she was probably 12 or 13 when she saw that. And I was just like, see, you don't go with anybody, even if they tell you they need help or anything like that, or whatever it is. Because I do think that is a way. I mean, obviously, look at Ted Bundy, right? That's how he would get women to come with him. He'd be like, oh, I need some help over here. Could you help me? And then like they'd be like, oh, sure. And then they come help, and then he'd rape them and kill them and so I mean, yeah. So Faye, I know I also asked about the DV charges crickets. Yeah, and there is more to that, Joe says, yeah, super sus of Zach. Yeah, I'm just so hesitant because I know he's only 19, so I'm like, I got to get some more information. But I know it's been alleged that he absolutely did threaten Devlin, and I don't know exactly why. Joe says, MI militias are especially well known. A lot of anti-government neo-Nazi ideology. Devlin could be seen as subhuman to them for Nazi reasons. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, yeah, Joe, I gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many missing K9 Captain Jules. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And, a lot of them are found, but a lot of them aren't. And then statistically, it's like, it's usually a family member or someone close to them, I know Astrology for Mystics with Jen was looking into like religious affiliations and things like that. So because Devlin was going to the church for dinner and meals and things like that, people were paying his way in places too. And, that opens you up to bad situations as well, in my opinion, so my mom wishes I would go missing. Joe, stop. Goodness sakes. Let's see here. I didn't mean to push those buttons. My bad. Oh, I did not put it in. Okay, we'll have to go over that. We'll have to go over that next time. But I am going to be here tomorrow morning. I'm trying to do, my 2 shows a day until I take out. But I do want to make another video for Pig Fest. So I'm going to be working on that. And then I know someone was saying that like Clue might have got a booth. I'm going to look and see, or a sponsorship or something, but I don't know. I'm not 100%. So I'll try to look into it and see. But that's right, Faye. That's right. Faye says, we love you, Joe, and we'll find you if anything happens. You're in good company, Joe, because like all of us would be like, where's Joe? Everything's suspicious. And where's Joe? Justice for Joe. Goodness sakes. But no, you're right, Joe. That is something I'm thinking about. I'm going to think about a lot too now that you said it. And then I've been thinking about the affiliation because that area is so small. I mean, I just can't believe no one saw him. Yeah. Oh, IML, absolutely. After Idaho 4, been cautious in locking everything up. Yeah, I know. Well, and you just think it's like you live with all of these people, so nothing's going to happen, right? You feel like more confident when there's, when you have strength in numbers. But how brutal! Poor kids in Idaho 4. Oh my gosh! And that Brian Koberger guy, like he is so weird. I don't even want to like talk about him. He's so nasty. I don't want to give him any kind of attention, Lady, did you get my email about Muddy Waters search and recovery? Yes, I did. I got an email from you tonight, Detroit. So, but I didn't get a chance to check it. Well, it came through on my live. So, cause I could see it like popping on the top, cause I use my phone for camera. Cause like I'd have to put my laptop like up on like a box or something if I wanted it to be like a little bit more so I could see the background and stuff. So I just use my tripod and my phone. I wish Joe was going to Pig Fest. But yeah, I've been sending over, I sent Texas EquiSearch to Jess. I sent over, what was the other one? The one Ann sent me. There was another one that Holly S sent me. And then Chuchi sent me a couple too that I had sent over to her today. So yeah, so we're getting resources. Hopefully, I'm hoping we can get Jess some resources in terms, of her, so that way she can call, because they want the family to call, and then hopefully she can get them out there, in searching. But it looks like the police were doing a really good job of searching, and it looks like they did find some evidence. They're just keeping things kind of close to the vest at this point. And, we never know, guys. These things do take time. Somebody asked in the chat earlier, I forgot to mention it, but they were like, how long did it take Dylan Redwine's father to, like, crack? Because I think it was over 2 years, So we just never know when these people will crack. So... well, guys, I love you all so very much. Look out for my videos. I have a couple coming out. The first one's going to be Devlin. Then I'll be working on the silly one that I've been working on. But I just need, I need storage. So once I start making it, I'll put it together and then I'll get stuck on something else. So we should be having those videos out though soon, because I really want to ramp up just to make sure that I hit my goal for... Cash App and Venmo. So, and then I'll also do like a little thank you to everyone who's helped out on the Cash App and Venmo, because I have to go back and look, because it says whoever it was, and then I could do like a little video and stuff. And I appreciate everybody who has sent me the super stickers and stuff like that, and super chats. That helps too, because that'll help with making sure I have a good November coming. But you guys have been so great. So, hey, Seth, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm just going to sign off, but I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. So this is hoodie number 1, the black hoodie. Okay, that's number 1. Sorry if you guys see my shorts. I am wearing shorts because it's Florida. So even though I'm wearing a sleeve shirt, I'm wearing shorts. And then this is the green one, which I love the green one because look, Seth, it's like green. And then that green really shows up like that. And then here's the back. And it's thick. Like, it's very thick material. Sorry. Whoop. I'm going to knock you guys down off my thing. And then you could see the QR codes. Whoop, sorry. QR codes there. There we go. Sorry, I got an extra large because I like my hoodies really big, so. And then... hold on, Seth. I'm not done. I'm like, where's this shirt? My hoodies are so big. Okay, I see. Oh, that's right. I put it in there. Oh, and then I got this stuff. Hold on, I'll show you. But this is the bag. The bag is so cute, Seth, but I'm a bag lady, so I like big bags. But look, it's cute though, and it's awesome. It's perfect for Pigfest because like just walking around. But you could also see the 2 QR codes there and right there. And then I got, if you could see it, and for ribbons, but I found army ones. So I figured, and I have some fabric paint that we could write like Sebastian Strong or Sebastian's Army on it. Oh, crud. And then this other one. But all the material, Seth, is really good for all of this. And then this is for more green ribbons. But it kind of, I was trying to find one that kind of matched that green. The light green. So, but I was just going to make those to pass out too with flyers or whatever if people wanted to wear a green ribbon. But I thought we could make really cool ones for like, you know, Jen, what I'm going to make one for you, Jen, everybody. Jeff. And then we could also give the other just plain green ones out too when we run out of the, because I bought both rolls because they had 2 rolls of the Sebastian Army one. That's all I could find was 2 rolls. So I grabbed them up before anybody else came around, and I have to tackle an old lady to get the ribbon. No, I'm just teasing. But look how cool, Seth. And then that's got a dragon. I didn't realize it had a dragon. I love that. But of course I got a black shirt. And they're really nice too. Like they're like, I don't know. I like it a lot. But I haven't put it on yet. So, and then this is the back. So everywhere you go, people can see Sebastian's cute face and know that he's missing out there and he needs to be found. So, really, really nice material. Really, I highly recommend you guys get one. I sound like Ferris Bueller. I highly recommend picking one up, you know. But yeah, so I'm excited. We're still getting, yeah, it's good material. Yeah, it's nice and thick. Like the material is really good. And the hoodies are really well made too. Like you could tell they're nice. Like, I haven't, you know what I didn't look at? I didn't feel the inside. Oh, yeah, the inside is nice. Hold on, let me see if I can show you. Like, I just love the green one. I really do. The green one is my favorite, even though I always wear black. But look, it's like fuzzy. See? So, yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. So, the green one's my favorite. But yeah, I'm excited. So look out for the you're welcome, Seth. Of course, it's my pleasure. I wish that we were meeting under better circumstances, you know. The back, lady C Taylor. You should see if I didn't have everything set up like this. I would get up and show you my purse. Like, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. Like, it's not full or anything, but like it's huge. And I just walk around with it, you know. But I've always been like that ever since I was a kid. You know, they're nice, Kiki. They are. They're really, really nice. You know. Yeah. Yes, I will. I could put the link up. I sure can. Absolutely. Just to bear with me here. Let me get to Seth's page. I need to just make a spreadsheet full of links, and that would help me. that would help the cause, so I wouldn't have to go in here every time. But here we go. Yeah, and this is fourthwall.com, guys. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like it. Copy link. I'm really pleased with the quality too. Oh, how come it does? Grr. Hold on. I don't want the whole big link. I don't know why it does that. It drives me bananas. Save link. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Just copy it. I don't know why on the computer when I do it, it doesn't let me copy. It says copy the link. Maybe I just go to copy this time and it won't give me the long bit. Because it should just be like a small, yeah, there we go. It should be just a small link. There we go. And you could also go to Seth's page. Let me share his page too. Let's see. And then you guys could go there too. Oh, no, not that one. Not that one. There it is. I had to scroll a little bit down because you had other links. Okay. Copy link. Okay, hold on 1 second, C. Taylor. Sorry. Here's the link for Seth's page. I hope that link came out. I don't know why. Well, and at first I was like, save the link. But then I'm like, no, I just want to copy the link. Hold on 1 second. Copy link. Hopefully it'll work this time. I might have to go do it on my phone. All right, this is the long link. I don't know why it's doing that. See if this one works, though. You might have to go to the long. That one works. Okay, great. Thank you. That's the actual page. I've had to do that for mine, too. Look at how long this one is. No, that's dumb. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm going to delete that comment. That is wretchedly long. No, ain't nobody going to get that link. Okay. Delete. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just go to Seth's page, guys. Thank you, C. Taylor. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Sorry, I'm slow. I'm so slow. Control C and Control V. Thank you, Seth. I'm over here clicking away. All I can just do it on my thing. That's right. Control C, Control V, because you gotta. Yeah, I had that written down next to my keyboard for like a year straight. A year straight, because I was like, what is it again? Damn it. And then I'd have like a sticky note. Yeah, really cool, guys. And like I said, I love the little bag. It's awesome. Because like I said, then it's really good travel bag. Like if you're just like going, let me show you guys the zipper, because there's like, you can put your cell phone in here. There's like a little front pocket with Sebastian's picture on it, and then there's also another pocket inside, right? It's just a little bag. Just kidding. But yeah, that's it. So it's cute, and Sebastian's face is cute. I just think he's adorable. I hope they find him soon, you guys. But yeah, I am excited to see everyone. Especially Jen, and she's just a sweetheart. I can't wait to meet her. Thanks, Adam Forever 21. That one works. Okay, cool, Kiki. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Seth. There you go, Seth. I'm like, Seth's got a wrench. Seth, you can drop links for yourself anytime you want. Don't even worry about it. Don't sweat it, because I'm like, go ahead. Yeah, that should be the link. Thanks, Seth. Gosh. Together we'll get it done. We will get it done. Yeah, and it's cool. I would like to get a flag too. I think the flag is really cool. There's a water bottle. There's a couple of other things to a windbreaker on the site. Very cool stuff. So yeah, you can wear it across. Yeah, you can. Yeah, because it's like, it's got a long strap on it. I mean, this even goes like if you want to make it longer, which is cool, or you can make it shorter, right? And it's like a little perfectly imperfect boy mom seat. Ooh, hold on, watch me bust the nail off. See, and then you could definitely, and I'll just break it online. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you could just definitely put it over where like that. And everybody's gonna say, who is that? I'm gonna say that is Sebastian Rogers. He is missing, and hopefully not for long. So, but he is so cute, right? He's our buddy, that's for sure. Oh, good. Yeah, the green one, Kiki, is so cute. Like I saw it on there, and I'm like, yeah, it matches really nicely. And then the other Kiki, she said she got a lime green one, and she said she really loves it. So I was like, I can't wait to see it, because I like that one too. I was like, should I get a lime green one or? Yeah, I love wearing the big hoodies. That's why I got the extra large, Kiki, because like, and they're nice because they are like very roomy and stuff, which I love that because it's more comfortable, especially if you're wearing a t-shirt under it, so that if you take it off or whatever. You could layer. I like layering stuff as well, especially when it's cold out. Even though layering in Florida isn't a whole big thing. But, and I think there's probably some care instructions as well. But yeah, this is the forest green one. Okay, Gildan. Yeah, heavy blend. And then it does give instructions on it. But they're teeny, teeny, tiny. Like, they're really, really small. So, but I'm really happy. I'm pleased with it. I think it turned out really awesome, and especially, the Sebastian Armies on the sleeve. Both sleeves has it. So, really awesome. Yeah, I like things to be comfortable too, Seth. Yeah, and especially because the hoodies come up so tight, sometimes here that it's like, yeah, I have to. I do. I have to. Cool, IML. Yeah, sub up, definitely. Sub up to Seth's channel. Oh gosh, I'm terrible, right? Yes, and drop your links, guys, for sure. Um, Sub up to Kiki. I don't know who else has a channel in here tonight. I'm trying to think or see if anybody else, but if you do, or if you don't have a wrench and you do have a channel, let the mods know so they could drop it. Because sometimes I don't know people have a channel, or if they're starting a new channel, I try to help out, but you know. Right. See, Taylor, I'm like, I never thought I would do an unboxing on a true crime channel. That's funny. No, I'm glad I got to show you guys, though. That was fun. We'll have to, maybe someday I'll go to Dollar Tree and we'll do like a Dollar Tree day or something. That was fun. That's right. As long as it takes to find Sebastian. Exactly, Seth. Yeah, yeah. And we got to spread that awareness. People need to know. And it's crazy because, like, even when I was listening to Mr. and Mrs. E today, they made such a good point that, people think that everybody knows about these cases because we're so, immersed in true crime culture. But, like, some people don't watch the news. Some people don't watch YouTube. Some people don't watch TikTok or have social media. Some people just, they listen to music, right? They're not like little weirdos like us. No, I'm just kidding. But in the same way, that's why the awareness is so important, because people sometimes they don't know, and they're living in the same town, they have no idea, or they're living 2 towns over, or things like that. So yes, Miss Ann, I know you wanted the purple one. That's right, Seth. Everyone who wears one is a billboard and a spark of hope in finding Sebastian and bringing Sebastian home. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, gosh, it is like wearing a walking billboard, because I mean, people are going to look at that and be like, oh, who is that? You know what I mean? Read the back, scan the QR code, right? Very cool. Very cool. And such a great idea, you know. So, thanks, Shadow. That's why I was upset that America's Most Wanted episode turned out like that. I know, Holly S. Me too. Like, the good thing is that people saw Sebastian's face. Maybe they Googled and looked into the case. God willing. But yeah, them not showing the whole flashlight video, I mean, I don't even know what to say, because I look at John Walsh and I look at like how much he has accomplished and how he like took the power back, and that is so cool. Like, I always thought he was such a cool, strong guy, and then just knowing that went down like that, I can't watch the show anymore. I won't. They are boycotted. I boycotted them. Oh, Faye. Yes, exactly, Miss Ann. And just think about all the people, everywhere that have access that can because I don't know how it is for shipping in other countries and stuff like that. But I mean, just across the US, if people are wearing, Sebastian's t-shirt, that is huge. And that goes for any of the ones, because I know that there was a bunch of them that were being, sold and stuff like that too, and given out for big events and things like that. Yeah, you just never know. I remember like Keller Williams, when I was a Keller Williams agent, we had Red Day is what they called it. And we would go and volunteer for a time, like to do whatever. One year was at the Victim Center. The other year, I don't remember if it was like a church or something. Like, it's all different, but they would give us a Red Day shirt, and people would ask me like, what's Red Day? And then I'd be like, oh, Red Day is when like all the Keller Williams agents get together and they do a good deed or whatever, basically. So, it's like that. It works the same way. And I mean, anytime I was out wearing that shirt, it was weird. They were like, what's Red Day? Because we have Red Nose, that campaign. And thank you for the IML for Hearts for Middle E. I actually just shared Mrs. E's update that she did on Middle E, and so I'm just praying for them because I know it's just so rough. It's just like little Aaliyah. I got an update on her. She's doing really well, except for now her body is rejecting the bone marrow transplant. So, I don't know. I'm very bitter when it comes to cancer. And so I'm always like even when I get good news, I'm like, well, let's just see how it goes, because I'm like, ugh, just because I've seen how horrible it can be. Rosebud, good to see you, Rosebud. Howdy, y'all. She says, we're on the E's on the stream today. Seth, thinking of you. No, I was watching their stream on Devlin Tait again because I wanted to familiarize myself with kind of what was said back then, type of a thing. Yeah, he does, Seth. He does. Yeah, because it's the same kind of thing with him, to my understanding. They're trying to get it all, and then have him recover, and it's just kind of, it's not working so great, right? And they don't want to hurt the good cells because we need our good cells. Cancer attacks the, good cells too. Chemo attacks the good cells too, and so does radiation. It was bad. It was bad, IML. It was bad, and the route them every 30 days as per policy. Oh, okay. Thanks, Seth. Thanks, Holly S. Praying for the E's and for Sebastian, Seth every day. Thanks, Brenda Calvert. Yeah, we got to pray for each other, good or bad or any of it. We have to always pray for each other for sure. Well, guys, I'm going to hop off here and get ready for these videos. So keep an eye out for them. And then we're going to kind of keep trucking along with the cases. And, before we know it, Pig Fest will be here. So I'm excited about that. And thanks, Detroit. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm guessing probably around 1:30 or 2. I'm gonna try for that time because that's a pretty good time, I think. I'll try. Yeah, it is. It is. All of a sudden, Kiki, I don't know what the heck. Because they were actually staying on the hospital property, like in a room, that they would give you. But poor little girl, she's just, I mean, yeah. It's decided that it's not, liking her body, but so they brought her back in, and I think they're just taking care of her at the hospital again. So hopefully, I don't know what they do. I really don't when that happens. So, good night, C. Taylor. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that. But it was so cute when she got to leave the hospital. They showed me the video, and she, they have like a little party and stuff like that. So I'm just glad that she's doing okay some of the time. She's a really, really happy little girl when she's not sick. So always praying for our little Aaliyah. But yes, guys, I will see you tomorrow around 2 p.m. We'll shoot for that. Okay, guys, you have a wonderful night. Seth, thank you so much for being here. And I'm so glad that I was able to get the merch and show you. And thank you very, very much for being here. and everyone else too. I love you guys. Good night. Good night, Kiki, Faye, Ann Reynolds, C. Taylor Joe, Shadow, Detroit Rock City, Andrea, Faye, Brenda, Holly S, IML. Let's see who else has been in chat just recently. Rosebud. And let's see. I feel like I'm missing someone that was in here just recently talking. But everybody is awesome. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Adam Forever 21. That's who I was thinking of. All right, guys. You guys all take care and have a wonderful rest of your evening.